Welcome back, friends. I'm excited because I have all 5 of the new Milwaukee lasers here. I've been testing out these lasers for the past 2 months on some real job conditions, and what I'm going to do is make a video on each one, a 5-minute video. I'm going to keep it really brief. So this is the first video in my series, and what I'm going to do is actually roll the dice here so we can see which one is going to go first. It's not going to be any particular order. It's going to be the luck of the roll. So let's start out by taking the lasers out of the box and checking out the lineup. Here's all 5 of the lasers. This section over here, this is the USB red lithium. These are the 3 amp hour battery. I'll show you what they look like. So this is the USB rechargeable red lithium battery. It's the new 3 amp hour, so it has more runtime than the different batteries they offered a year ago. And then this side over here, these are the M12. So this one is a 3 amp hour battery. That's a 4 amp hour battery. And then right down here in big letters, you can see I wrote high intensity green. All of these are the high intensity green lasers. And then they all have the IP54 rating. That's for dust and water. And then they're all rated for 1 meter drop protection. So we're gonna roll the dice and see which one goes first. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you've had a chance to see all 5 of these lasers, let me know which one is your favorite before really finding out all the information on them. So now we're gonna roll the dice and see which one is going to go first. All right, so here's the one we're gonna look at first, right here for $2.99. You get a look at it. So this one is a cross line. This is the only one of all 5 that doesn't actually do plumb point. So if that's important to you, then you're gonna wanna look at something besides this one right here. So here's a close-up look at it. As you can see on the top, there's no plumb points. It's very easy to use. I'm gonna set this down in a minute and show you, but first let's just take a quick look at some of the specs. So all the lasers are going to have this integrated magnetic bracket, and these are supercharged rare earth magnets, so these will really stick nice to any kind of steel, and it won't actually slip or fall down. This has a 100-foot working range, 165 feet with the detector, and this is a $10 option. It's not included. This is definitely something nice to have, and I'll show you how this works in just a minute. And with the USB red lithium 3 amp hour battery, you're gonna get 8+ hours of run time. All right, let's take a close look at exactly what you get. So this is the case right here. And I've had some people ask me about it and what it looks like, if it has foam inside, or if you can put Kaizen foam in it. Here it is. So it's very simple. It's the laser right here. The battery's included. You have your charging cable, and then your charging USB block adapter right there that goes into the wall. So I have a quick question for you. Would you rather have a hard shell case like this, or would you rather have something like this that's a pack out type case? So would you guys spend more to get it in a pack out case? Let me know. So the charge time of the battery, I believe, is around 2 hours. And then let's just take a quick look at the box, and we're gonna then turn this on and see how it works. So the accuracy on this is plus or minus 1/8 inch at 33 feet. I believe all the other lasers have the same accuracy rating. Has a thread mount 1/4 inch, so right there you can hook that up to a tripod. So this has 2 different options when you turn it on. So if you go right to the on, it shows that it's locked. And when you first turn that on, it just has the horizontal line right there. And right here is the mode button, so you can toggle between a horizontal line, a vertical line, or a cross line. So when you turn to the lock position and watch, you're gonna see this green horizontal line blink like once every 8 seconds. See how it's blinking right there? That's to tell you that it is not perfectly level. And then if you go to the unlock button, what that does, that will unlock the pendulum. So as long as this is within 4 feet of being level, it will self-level. If it's more than 4 feet, you're gonna see this line blink every 8 seconds or so. If you're wanting to do some type of diagonal work, then you're going to put it on the lock setting. That way you can lock the exact angle that you want. I haven't used that yet, but I imagine if you're doing some kind of ceramic tile, that could come in handy for that, or maybe some diagonal slat boards or something like that as well too. So another thing you're going to notice on every one of the lasers except the first one, the 3-point plumb laser doesn't have this micro adjust right here. So I'll show you how that works. So when you have that on the table, you can turn that knob right there and micro adjust. I'm gonna set this right back there. I'm gonna shoot a vertical green line. So what I'm gonna do is twist this micro adjust right here, and we're gonna line up with that right there. So let's say we want to paint the door right up until that point and have a nice sharp line, or maybe that arrow right there. I'll just show you how easy you can adjust this. So watch this, we're gonna just keep twisting that little micro adjust knob, and right there is right in the center of that target card. Or if I wanna go to this orange Post-it note, right to that line, there. When Milwaukee first introduced their lasers here at the Pipeline event 3 or 4 months ago, they pointed out the micro adjust knobs right here, and I honestly didn't realize they would be as significant as they are. I find that I'm using these all the time. Just simplifies what you're doing and gets you quick and accurately lined up, which is nice. And this is a really cool feature worth pointing out. So one of these red lithium batteries can be recharged enough times to replace 6,000 AA alkaline batteries. And as I mentioned, model 3521-21 has a 2-year tool warranty and a 2-year battery warranty. So when I first opened the lasers, they were definitely a little bit larger than what I thought. I have used some other cross-line lasers, and these are just a little bit heavier duty built, I would say. They're just a little more robust, a little larger in size, not quite as compact. So I've had some people comment on some of my videos of these right here, just mentioning that as well too. So I just want to give you some of the specs on it. So we have 5 inches tall, the length 6 inches, and then the width of it here is about 2 7/8, almost 3 inches wide. All right, so we just tared the scale. So we are at 36 ounces. So let's convert that real quick. So this is 2.25 pounds. And if you're wondering about the bracket, I don't believe there's any way that that will come off of there. So it's just nice having this built in all the time. So you can either put it on a tripod, you can put it flat right on a surface, or the heavy duty rare earth magnets work really well. And then Milwaukee also offers a few different options. Let's say you want to do a drop ceiling and you're looking for something to clip into the track, you can get that as well too. One of the questions I often get asked, if you can use this outside in sunny daylight, and the answer is no to that. So if it's a really cloudy day or it's at dusk, you can definitely use it for that. I know that coming up very soon, Milwaukee is introducing the laser detector, and I plan to have that here on the channel to show you how it works. So I don't really know anything about that, so I'm guessing that it's gonna work with this. I'm not sure if it's gonna be different with the 3-plane laser or not, but it looks like that might give you an option to use this outside if you're in bright sunny daylight. And then there's the laser target card. This might help you outside in some situations if you're trying to push this to make it work for outdoor use. So you might be wondering, if you get a cross-line laser, how often would you use it and what kind of projects would you use it on? Let me show you an example of a few things in my garage that I have used this for or I'm going to use this on. So not too long ago, I started the project of demoing some shelves that I had right here. So I plan on finishing the drywall work here and then putting a nice clean wall with some wood slats. They're horizontal. And then I'm trying to decide what size flat screen TV I want to put, either like a 40-inch or a 43-inch. And one way that I can visualize it is by using the laser. Let me show you. I'm trying to decide where the corner of the TV will go. So one thing I'm trying to see is, would that be too high or should I lower it down a little bit? So this cross line right here gives me a nice idea of what it's going to look like. I'm thinking I'm going to want to lower it down a little bit. So let's try this area right there. I think that looks a little better. So I know the laser right now is pretty close to my eyes, so it's important not to look directly into the laser. That's just a safety thing that I want to point out. So now that I lower this down, I think this is going to be a better height for me. So 22 inches tall would be, yeah, it's right there. And it's close to 36 inches going that way. So the center of the TV would be right in there, which if I'm working here, that's pretty easy for me to look at. I think I'm gonna be happy with it. Let's take a look at the magnets. You can see that's nice and solid on there. They do not move. When you put this in place, it doesn't move. And it looks like they're recessed in a little bit, so you don't get a scratch from that. Like when I'm putting that on the side, I slid it a little bit, didn't do anything to it, which I like. So I believe that I've covered all the basics of this laser right here. So hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions. If not, I do have a link down below to this in case you're interested in or want to find out more. It's at the Home Depot, and I'll have a link to each one of the lasers so you can check them out yourself. Wow, this video definitely covered a lot more information than I planned to, so I apologize for going over the 5 minutes. So please check out some of my upcoming videos because I'm going to be comparing a different brand laser, the red one, to the green, and we're going to test it at different lengths so you can see how these compare. So if you find this video to be helpful, interesting, and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.